Hello everyone. Today I'll be doing a review of the Michelin Pilot Road 3 tires. I've been meaning to do this for quite some time, just never got around to it. Well, actually I did make a video, I just haven't posted it, but I think this one I can try to keep it brief and then cover as much as I can with it. My review of the tires, my experience, and keep it simple. So basically, oh, don't fly away. Basically, I put these tires on my 2012 Yamaha R6 uh, after the stock Dunlop qualifiers kind of was done after about 3,500 miles roughly, and I was using this as my daily driver when I first relocated to a new city. So I needed a tire that had good life and something that I can use in the rain in case it rained, which almost any tire will hold up in the rain. But you know, I heard these was marketed towards people who ride in the rain. It's a sport touring tire, so I figured I went with these because it hit every aspect of tires that I needed to hit. So I put them on. Actually, this is where I actually put them on my bike. Give me 1 second, I'll show you. So that's the mileage where I got the tire service done at 3324. That's when I took the stock Dunlops off. This is my current mileage. So you can do the math. We're going to say 6,000 miles so far. And I'm going to discuss how they held up. So right now, this is the front. And I'm also talking about my riding, but this is the front. This is the how much tread I have left, which is quite deep. You might not be able to see with the key. I don't think I have a coin on me, but it's still a lot of tread. Like let me see if I can zoom in and show you right here. Yep, that is the wear indicator bar. So I mean, from the top of the wear indicator bar to where the top of the tire is, I'm sorry, there you go. I'm going to say I roughly have 3 millimeters. So from the top of the wear indicator bar to where the tire is, I have about 3 millimeters of tire left on the front. So the front is, I mean, 6,000 miles, this thing, I could probably get another 10,000 out of it. I don't even know, but that's the front. The rear, I'm sorry, it's worn down a little bit, and I know tire pressures play a role, so I'll talk about that as well. But this is how the rear is looking. It's sometimes hard to find a rear indicator bar on here. I know I have one right here. I'm not sure. Yeah, you probably can't see it that good, but I'm going to say from the top of the rear indicator to my tire, I probably have 1.5 mils left of meat on the tire. So as far as mileage goes, getting them out of a tire, well, we see I've done 6,000 miles so far, and I'll talk about my riding habits really fast. And I still have a little bit of meat on the rear to go. I probably can squeeze out another 1,000 or 2,000 miles maybe out of the rear. The front, I have plenty of miles left. But when I change my tires, they both will get changed, so I'll probably donate the front, and if the rear has some meat left on it, I'll probably give them to a friend. About my riding, when I do use it as a daily driver, I drive 20 miles to work one way, so that's 40 miles a day if I decide to use it for work, and I use my bike for a lot of leisure and pleasure, playing around. Sometimes, if not all the time, I ride really aggressive. Once in a while I just ride normal. I guess normal is different to everybody, but that means just cruising, speed limit, not opening it up too much. But for the most part, I'm really aggressive on my bike. I played around with different tire pressures. Basically on the street right now, I have the front and rear set at 30-30. That's basically what I also use for the track cold, 30-30. 30 front, 30 rear. There were times where I was running like 36 front, 36 rear on the street, or like 38 front, 36 rear, things like that, just to get, you know, good mileage out of them. This is when I was commuting on a highway. It gets a little rough, but it's not too bad. These tires also have one track day on them. I went to a track called Mid-Ohio, and I ran novice class, but I was running really hard, and I had the professors towards the end of the day. They was basically towing me through the track, like, follow me every step of the way, follow me, don't lose pace, don't drop off. And I was pushing my bike hard. I mean, I was pushing hard to the point where they was telling me, you know, run intermediate class, basically, the way I was pushing this bike. And I had these tires on it, so they held up really well at the track. I mean, I pretty much got them all the way to the edge. They didn't break loose. They were, you know, really confidence inspiring. They held up great. I mean, for a sport touring tire, I think they're great. So I mean, would I put them again on a sports bike? I mean, if I had to, yeah, I would. But there are so many other options out there now that it's not my daily, my commuter. You know, I'm gonna go with something maybe a little bit more aggressive. Actually, I'm deciding between the Michelin Pilot Power 2CTs, or some Dunlop Q2s, or something on that order. Maybe some Q3s, or, you know, something on that order, just to try them out. But I am highly pleased with this tire. I am pleased with how long it's lasted, how, you know, I've beat up on them. I haven't done too many burnouts where there were times where I went to go pop the clutch in first to pick it up, and the rear tire spun because it was cold. In my opinion, you know, they heat up. You know, I'm not sure. I don't have anything to compare it to except for the Dunlop qualifiers, the stock tires. So I would say they heat up faster than the Dunlops, the stock Dunlops that I had on here. But there were times where, you know, I've seen people say, oh, you know, they heat up in 2 or 3 blocks. No, there have been times where I've rode on warm days like 68, 72 degrees. Well, I ain't gonna say that. Maybe we'll say 62 degrees. And it probably took them a good half a mile to a mile to warm up to the point where, you know, I can pop the clutch and they would just grab. So honestly, I would say probably a mile. So heating up, I know how to heat up my tires. You know, you swerve from side to side, but like I said, I don't have too much to compare it to. But in my, you know, my opinion, if you swerve from side to side and you want to heat them up on a 62-degree day, it's probably going to take you a good mile. It's just, you know, my experience. And basically, that's it. Does extremely well in the rain. I haven't pushed them too hard in the rain, but there were times where, you know, I've got on it and it's been pouring down, and I've been running 80 on the highway in a straight line in the rain, and I haven't had any problems. I haven't leaned them too much in the rain. I haven't, you know, got the bike fully on tilt with them in the rain, just because I guess I'm not at that level yet. You know, I'll put my bike way over on the track or way over on the on or off ramp, and, you know, I'm basically knee dragging. But in the rain, I guess I'm a little bit hesitant about leaning over that far in the rain. So yeah, I stay within my lane. But as far as them holding up in a straight line and leaning a little bit in curves, they're pretty good. Like I said, I haven't pushed them way hard in the rain leaning, but you know, they held up pretty good in the rain, good traction. And I can't think of anything else I want to say about them right now, so I'm gonna end it. If anything else comes to mind, I guess I'll post it in the comments. And if you have any questions or concerns, just leave them in the comments and I'll feel free to answer. Thanks, take care, bye-bye.